So we're going to do the inner smile exercise, which is a very ancient Taoist Qigong meditation. Use the energy of the smile, both inward and outward, to relax ourselves inside the body, and also the energy of the smile, sincerely expressed outward, helps us relax and harmonize our relations with the outside world. The stress and tension of modern life, as you, I hope, probably know, creates problems for our health. When the body tenses up, it slows down the circulation of blood and your vital energy, which we call qi, resulting in the stagnation of both blood and qi, producing fatigue, emotional disturbances, premature aging, and eventually can result in quite serious illnesses. The inner smile uses the energy of the sincere smile to create a state of relaxation through your whole body. When your body relaxes and your mind relaxes, muscles and joints that are tight can also relax. And that allows the circulation of blood and qi to return to normal flow, which is very beneficial for health. If you've seen research recently about the, catch slogan is sitting is the new smoking, and the finding that too much sitting can cause all kinds of illnesses, that comes from the stagnation of qi and blood circulation. So whether it's tension or whether it's not enough movement, the stagnation of qi and blood circulation is something we really want to avoid. And we think of our bodies for a moment as factories. Factories where the various parts of the body combine their work to create a product, which is the quality of our life. Well, our life is the product, and the quality of our life depends on how well the parts of our factory work together. The boss of the factory is your mind, and the workers are the various parts. And as we look at the inner smile, what the inner smile does, one of the things we want to think about is what kind of relationship does your mind boss have with your worker organs or body parts? In modern life, more and more, the mind is drawn to external stimuli. The mind is outside the body. And a lot of the external stimuli that the mind is dealing with is stress causing, is stressful. So the mind boss, if you think about the factory analogy again, might be worried about customers and sales, suppliers and materials, might be worried about government regulations, might be worried about dealing with board of directors or something like that. All of these external concerns can cause the mind boss to lose touch with the worker body parts. Parts of your body send subtle signals to your mind, trying to let the mind know what they're experiencing. You may find that when you're sitting too long, some of your joints will start to become stiff and painful. That's a little signal to the mind boss, hey, we need to be moving more. Or maybe you eat certain foods and you get a signal from gallbladder or livers, oh, that food is really toxic for us. We don't like it. It makes us hurt. Maybe makes us feel like we're too warm and on fire. Please don't eat so much of that. But if the mind isn't listening to the subtle signals, then these signals become less subtle and more acute. Where suddenly the mind's attention is drawn to the fact that there's a serious problem with some part of the body. You could say, analogous to the factory, again, the workers' morale is low, maybe even they've done a slowdown in production or even walked out, quit, gone on strike. We want to try to restore the connection between mind, boss, and body parts workers. If you think about it, how many of us are aware of the various parts of our body, where they are, even where is their workplace? Where are they working? What do they do? And as long as they don't send us any emergency signals, we're perfectly fine to ignore them. What is worse maybe for the workers is that all the stress the boss is undergoing in his or her dealings with the outside world is being passed down from the boss's communication downward. And the boss's tension can make the worker's situation even worse. So now the inner smile is the technique we use to restore the communication between the mind, boss, and the body workers, to ensure that the workers know the boss is paying attention and appreciates their work. And when the boss smiles down to the workers, I say down, not because it's hierarchical, but because it's physical. Boss is here, workers are here. And the workers feeling appreciated and thanked for what they do, smile up at the boss. The first thing we want to do in the inner smile is to find a personal source of smiling energy. Something that will inspire you to feel warm and loved. Something you can use to generate and regenerate the energy of the smile. So this is something that's going to be very personal to each person. It could be another person or a deity, perhaps a saint or a philosopher, or somebody that you admire, maybe even a relative, grandfather or uncle or aunt, grandmother. It could be a time in your life where you felt happy, relaxed, and joyful. That could be the place you go to as the source of your smiling energy. Or it could be an actual place, somewhere where you've been or imagined being. For example, a beach or mountains, someplace where when you return your mind to that image of that place, you feel warm and loved. Now, as we go through the exercises for the inner smile, if you feel your smiling energy begin to dissipate, begin to lessen, return then your mind for a moment to the source of your smiling energy, to your personal source of energy, so you can renew that feeling of the sincere smile. You might even, if you have a picture that reminds you of your source, might even post it somewhere on the wall or where you can see it when you do your inner smile meditation. We're going to take the smiling energy from our source, and we're going to bring it into our bodies. So the entry path for the smiling energy will be the same. In each case, we'll have 3 different paths that we'll take, but the page path will begin at the area of the third eye, here, right between the eyebrows. We bring the energy in, and then we'll take it through, down through the body, through 3 different paths. So today, I hope we can get through 1 or 2 repetitions of the first path. And the first path follows the non-digestive organs. Also, we pay attention to some glands in other parts of the body, not just organs very narrowly, more generally speaking. The second path takes us down our digestive tract. And the third path takes us through the brain, the brainstem, the medulla oblongata, and down the spine, actually going down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Okay. So we have 3 paths. Ending of each path will be the same, or the ending that if we were to do all 3 paths successively, then the ending would be to take the smiling energy into what we call the lower dantian, in the center of our lower abdomen, on a level about 2 inches below our navel. We take the smiling energy into the lower dantian as the finish of our meditation, in order that we collect the energy in this place, the lower dantian, which is the storage location for our chi, our internal energy. And when we return our internal energy to its home in the lower dantian, we can avoid problems that may occur if the internal energy is left someplace other than where it is supposed to be. In other words, we might say that it's like if your child is hanging out on the streets late at night, he or she is going to get into trouble if you leave your chi hanging out someplace else other than home. At the end of your meditation, that can cause trouble as well. Headaches, muscle tension, feelings of maybe parts of the body being overly hot.